Hi, so far I have talked about hate and jealousy, and today I'm going to talk about anxiety. Anxiety equals fear plus vanity. Anxiety is a cerebral emotion. When it is intense, it fogs the mind, producing mental tiredness and the incapacity for intellectual work. It's like it feels like your eyes are in a regular ache, which generates a sensitivity to bright light. Or when you're writing or typing under a bright light, you control the eye ache by regularly splashing your eyes with cold water, perhaps every half an hour or so. Both the mental tiredness and the ache are intensified when combined with any mode of self pity. In social company, anxiety, in vanity mode, stimulates a compulsive need to speak, like you get embarrassed by silence, or compulsive behavior such as smoking, drinking alcohol, nail biting, overeating, and so on. When you have this fuzzy head at home, you usually relax on the subtlety and dose. The cessation of anxiety can be quite sudden and produces an immediate clearing of the head, like if you were waking up from, from being semi conscious. The need for a long sleep time each night is usually due to the presence of anxiety or to a mode of self pity. Anxiety keeps the person focused on negative emotions. If, if the person is absorbed in a narcissistic joy, or I would say jealous love, then if anxiety arises, this person usually switch out of them into self-pity modes or even hostile feelings. The fear mode of anxiety is generated by a dictatorial conscious of the voice of authority. And this voice has two origins. It can originate from the family setting. Let's say the parents' commands become internalized into an oppressive consciousness. Do as you're told. Okay? And this voice of authority, also comes from one's soul. The soul directs oneself to practice self control. And here the voice is not a clear verbal one, but more like an intuitive prompting. If you do something that your soul does not like, then you immediately feel a burst of anxiety in your eyes. However, this voice is a subtle one and is unlikely to be noticed by a person who has not developed sensitivity. In general, narcissism and jealousy are the two avenues to power, the two ways to express and achieve power. Pride and guilt are the two avenues to ethics. Resentment arises when the person's sense of idealism is restricted by guilt. Bitterness arises when idealism is restricted by pride. What needs to be accepted is that emotions are not good or bad in themselves, but that the goodness or the badness lies in the context that we experience them and view them. However, since it is common practice to value things rather than context, normally people prefer to label emotions as either positive or negative rather than good or bad. I'll leave you with this thought.